Howdy folks, Matt here with Gold Coast Pit. It is extremely windy and pretty chilly this morning, so I need to get my body, especially my lower body, good and warmed up because I'm getting ready for a lower body training session. So I'd like to share with you a 10 sequence or a 10 exercise sequence to help get your lower body prepped and ready. This is going to help to enhance your mobility, your flexibility, grease the groove with your movement patterns, get your body temperature, your core temperature slowly elevated, and to get you prepped and ready for a safe and successful training session. So, like I said, we're going to run through 10 exercises to help get your lower body ready for them gains. So, all I'm going to use is a band today. I'm going to start without it. Start with three mobility and stretching exercises. Then we'll move on to 3 band-assisted mobility exercises, and then we'll finish with 4 kind of body weight, lower body movement pattern specific warm-up exercises. So let's go ahead and hit the deck. We'll start with our spiders. Arms out wide, legs straight. So a little hamstring stretch. One foot comes up in the air, across your body, spinal rotation. Now when I say I'm doing a lower body warm-up, that doesn't mean that we're not addressing other parts of our body. In this case, I really like the spinal rotation, the transverse movement of our intervertebral discs here. As far as the lower body goes, we get a little bit of a hamstring stretch when we lift one foot up, stretch the back of your leg. And when we rotate and drop it to the side, get an outer hip stretch, glute medius stretch. You see my shoulder blades, opposite shoulder coming off the ground a little bit. That's fine. Like I said, I'm in need of a good warm-up. I'm stiff, I'm cold, a little bit restricted. Get some good back poppings in. Let's get a couple more. Wringing out the towel. Alright, let's hop on up and go into a yoga-inspired warm-up exercise. We're going to combine some down dog into some lizard. So we've got the hips piked up. I like to pedal the feet out to get my calves, soleus, Achilles tendons, a little bit of a stretch. And we're going to swing one leg out wide, drop the back knee down, we're going to wiggle around a little bit. I'm going to search for areas where we feel restricted. Need a little bit of extra tugging, lengthening, traction. Back into our down dog, pedal it out. And you see I'm not holding any of these exercises in a static stretch. I'm constantly moving. And I feel that's important, especially pre-lifting. Helps get your heart rate up. Helps lubricate your joints a little bit more. Helps get your core body temperature up a little bit better. And it's also more desirable prep work for heavy lifting. Stretching in motion as opposed to static stretching. I do like some static stretching too, but I save that generally for post-workout or on recovery days. You see me just kind of moving around, exploring a little bit, helping my hips open up. Then going back to the down dog with the pedal out. And I'm not going into all of the specifics of the down dog and muscle recruitment and alignment or with this lizard pose. So you devout yogis out there might pick apart my form and implementation here, but keeping in mind the purpose here is for us to warm up for squats. So at the end of the day, I'm simply moving around in a manner that's going to help me feel better and safer. Execute my squats, deadlifts, lunges, heavy lower body training stuff. Safer. Alright, that's good there. We're going to go down into our scorpions now, which are pretty much the opposite of those spiders that we started with. We're going face down, arms out wide. We're going to lift one leg up using your glutes, hamstrings, and lower back. Reach around, tap the ground, Once again, getting a little bit of spinal rotation in here. Also activating the glutes, hamstrings, posterior. Also stretching the anterior, hip flexors, quadriceps, abdominals. I do appreciate that I get a chest and shoulder stretch and bicep stretch. Again, you don't see me holding it very long. I'm staying in motion. It's going to help get the body temperature elevated. It's going to help prevent your muscles from getting too lax to lift heavy. A couple more. All right, now those are our 3 equipment-free mobility exercises. Now we're going to grab our band. We're going to go into some band-assisted mobility work. Starting with a good old squat dislocate. Let's work our way down into a deep squat stretch. You're going to bounce around, shift around, explore around a little bit. Big shoulder dislocate, big breath. And come on up out of there. Again, you see me shifting, bouncing, moving around, searching around. That's because I'm trying to stretch, mobilize my ankles, knees, and hips. Different hard to reach angles. Exploring the deep crevasses of my body. Add a little side bend in here. It's all right to move around a little with the torso as well. Let's get a couple more. One more. Awesome. All right, let's go into a good morning dislocate, which is a good exercise to grease the hip hinge groove and stretch the hamstrings a little bit more. So, got my feet parallel, and hinge at the hips, the hamstring stretch. See, I'm going to keep moving my feet around, pedaling it out, bending one knee and straightening the other. Come on up, back down, add a little rotation in, why not? I'm going to do 2 while I'm down here. See, I'm kind of shifting around, wiggling around. Get creative with it. You're going to notice that you feel a lot more of a variety of tiny micro stretches in your stabilizing muscles, secondary muscles, in your fascia, connective spider web of tissue, keeping everything in place. Let's get a couple more. One more. Now you might say, Matt, you're moving around so much I can't even follow what you're doing. Well, just move around. Let's get an extra dislocate in here. Just move, wiggle, explore. That's the idea. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. All right, great. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get another band-assisted stretch in. We'll go with some lunge dislocates, reverse lunge dislocates to be specific. So let's do a reverse lunge. Come on down, deep stretch. Over and back with this band. Now yes, this is more of a full body warm-up, but clearly we're getting into a deep lunge stretch, opening the hips up, ankles, knees, hips, quads, glutes, hamstrings, calves, all getting some action. I do like about adding a dislocate in. It helps you establish a deep, profound, steady breath. Also, lengthening, stretching, enhancing the range of motion of your shoulders can be beneficial for your lower body training. You're doing something like a back squat, an overhead squat, even deadlifts where you need to use your shoulders and lats to perform the lift properly. One more. All right, nice. Let's go into our body weight warm-up exercises now. A little more standard exercises. Let's start with some body weight squats. And I know we've been squatting a little bit. We did squat dislocate, but now we can really hone in on our perfect squat movement pattern. Thinking about how you would squat if you had a barbell on your back, or if you had a heavy dumbbell or kettlebell in your hands. Focus on perfect squat movement patterns now. We're not wiggling, bouncing, meandering around in our deep range of motion here. Executing squats, body weight air squats, as perfectly as possible. 10-15 reps is good. Let's do a couple more. All right, awesome. Let's go into some side lunges. Warm-up exercise 8. Alternating side lunges. And just because we're doing a standard body weight strength exercise as our warm-up doesn't mean we're not still getting the benefits of mobilizing our joints, stretching and increasing our daily flexibility potential right now. I do like to make sure I warm up for legs with some lateral movement to get your ankle, knee, and hip stabilizers fired up, especially the glute medius. It's very important for stability in squats. Two more. Nice. Now, still using just my body weight, but I'm going to get some step-ups in. I think that's a great simple warm-up exercise as well. I've got a box behind me. You can grab a bench, a couple stairs, whatever you can step up on. I'm going to do alternating reps, leading with the same leg up as I come down with. We'll get a 5 on each leg. All right, now maybe you don't have a deep step up box, that's fine. Maybe you do more reps. 10th and final exercise, I like to do a neural charge, 1 or 2, in this case 1 because I'm keeping it to 10 exercises in this warm-up sequence. A neural charge exercise to fire up and engage your muscle fibers more aggressively, quickly, like you need to when you're lifting. So, simple things we can do here. Squat jumps straight up vertically, or broad jumps forward, more horizontal. Today I'm doing some squats, so I'm going with squat jumps, more movement pattern specific. Now let's take our time on each rep here. You see me absorb softly and reset. 5 to 10 reps is plenty. Let's do a happy medium here and go to 8. There you have it. 10 exercise warm-up sequence. You might think, man, that felt like a workout. I'm out of breath. I'm kind of tired. I'm sweating a little bit. Good. You should be before you do a heavy leg session. If you're going into your barbell training, squats, deadlifts, cleans, what have you, and you're not already out of breath, heated up, warmed up, sweating, you're probably not warmed up adequately, so you're not lifting as safely as you could be. So think about that. Stay safe, stay strong. Thank you.